Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Insiders TNA Watch-Along. Hope you're all having a great week. It has been another great, busy, fun, awesome week in pro wrestling, and hopefully it continues tonight. I'm sure it will. We're following up the last week's pay-per-view tonight, and a lot of questions out there to be answered. I mean, especially, look, Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry on NXT, man. Huge, all over the news. He was on Busted Open. He had 5 million views on that video, which was WWE's highest viewed video up to since WrestleMania. So Joe Hendry's out there. Of course, the Jordan Grace stuff. Just amazing time to be a TNA fan. So much going on. And tonight we're going to get a lot of answers, too, because obviously Jeff Hardy came back last on the paper. Yeah. So we're probably going to hear something from him. Not much on the card as well tonight, Jeff. So we don't really have much of a card here tonight, guys, which is usually always pretty exciting for an episode.
As a matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and show everyone the card because that's it.
That's all we've got.
that's what we've got. We've got the system opening up. We've got, which I asked for it, and we got it. PCO and Steph DeLander's date.
That's right. Big date, man.
I'm so looking forward to that because I have questions, okay? Like, where does a guy like PCO take someone on a first date?
That's a good point. That's a very, is he going to take her to a cemetery? Yeah, like where do they go? I don't know, but it's going to be really interesting.
I don't see PCO, pulling up to the Cheesecake Factory. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right. Yeah, or like a real fancy. Because imagine if you walked into a real fancy restaurant or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be fun. But yeah, and then of course you can see the Chicago Street Fight is tonight too.
Yeah.
Which also, hey, can't forget to mention Frankie. Frankie was in the NXT Battle Royal as well. He ended up lasting until the last 2 or 3 left in the ring. So he did really well.
Yeah,
and but yeah, you can see, guys, that it's we talked about how exciting it is. It is exciting. The partnership seems to be continuing. You saw Shawn Michaels, Jeff pointed out to me, backstage when Joe walked off all pissed off because he got eliminated really quickly and then went over and got in Shawn's face a little bit. And then Shawn just looked at him and said, I believe. So I'm sure this is going to continue and head to some sort of direction at some point. Some people are speculating it might be War Games. It might be I don't know where it's going to go, but it does definitely seem like it's continuing. So not to mention, and I know this isn't TNA, but we had the big, huge Howdy reveal Monday. If you guys didn't see, Pat McAfee at the very last 3 minutes of his show, the lights went off. It got black. They were looking out into the where the audience, I guess, would be, and saying, "What's going on over there? What's up with that?" And then all of a sudden, boom! The lights go down. You hear the music, and that's how the show ended. Ironically, they are in Indianapolis this coming Monday, and that is where Pat McAfee calls home, I believe.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I know people are hoping maybe they show up on SmackDown. We don't know. We have no idea what this is going to be. We don't know if they're territorial to one show, if they're going to show up everywhere, but it is a fun time to be a wrestling fan. So much going on. I didn't get to see Dynamite last night, but I heard good things about that. The stuff with Ethan Page in NXT as well. It's just a fun time to be a wrestling fan, Jeff, and I'm excited. I'm excited to do the show.
Yeah, I am too, man. I feel like we got a really good pay-per-view last week. I felt like it was a really good night for him. When you see a card like this, it leaves a lot of space for other things to happen, following up what we got on the pay-per-view. So, this might be a really, really good night for TNA Wrestling. And I got to throw this out there, too, since we talked about it a little bit. Tuesday, we had the very first episode.
Yes.
Of Fireflies Forever, and we appreciate everyone that came out live to check it out. We appreciate everyone who's watched it since it was live. Thank you all. But I just got to give kudos to Chris and and to Joe. You guys did a great job, and it was a great discussion with everybody in the chat, and it was a lot of fun, and really looking forward to doing that next week after we figure out what the heck is going on, maybe on Monday.
Yeah, is Chad Gable really R.I.P.? And
Yeah,
I mean, maybe Pat McAfee will be R.I.P. by then.
maybe.
Yeah, it's so much fun chatting about this again, and I know that that's the reason why we wanted to do that show. Is because this is what we feel Jody would have wanted. Chris certainly felt that way, and yeah, we had a huge amount of people come out. Please join us for that. It's going to be every single week that we'll be doing that show on Tuesdays at 6:00. So that normal time that we had before is staying the same, and we will indeed be doing that going forward now and through all of this Uncle Howdy stuff. So make sure you come out and join us for that. It's exciting. This for me is I'm calling this Surgery Eve. It's Surgery Eve. I go in tomorrow. I got my call. Luckily, it's 9:30. I was telling Jeff, thank goodness they're not making me drive up to the hospital. It's like an hour and a half away at 6 a.m. That would have really sucked because I don't sleep. I don't go to bed late or early anyway. But yeah, so a little nervous, but get my mind off it a little bit, and that's a great thing. So.
Yeah.
All right. Let me welcome some people in. We got Christopher, Brandon, Joe, Eric. We have James. James, stay ready. James, stay ready. Clown is here. James Chadwick, of course, is here. He's been anticipating this all day long and talking on Twitter about TNA being his favorite show. Dylan Marvin is here. Jeremy Dunderman, of course, a longtime member of the channel. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for being a member, and thanks for joining us tonight. We've got Derek is here. What's up, Derek? Got his wisdom teeth out, so drugged up. Oh, I'm not going to read the rest.
Yeah.
We've got Jahira. We have John G. We have Bonus Baby is here singing Rod Stewart for some reason. Wondering if you think I wouldn't know what that was, but as soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, it's a great song. We've got Marvin says, thank you, my twin brother, Chris. Jason Stoffer. We've got Deadman is in the chat. Hello. We have John Kessler. Hello to you. We've got let's see who else is here. Swack Fan is here. We have, I think I might have gotten in everybody. Let me see. Bonus Baby, Barry Monkey from Twitch. Hello to you. Andrew Stevens is in. John Kessler, I think I said. Sapphire is here. Barry Monkey was thinking about Joe Hendry and NXT. Andrea is in the house. RK Shuttlesworth. Brandon Barnes. Mark is here from Facebook. Steven. Greg. Hello. I think I got y'all. All right, cool. So we're going to go over the very small card that we have. If you guys, I'll just, the disclaimer here, we are now, Jeff and I are both on the TNA app, but what we do is we're stopping the app when the program starts. So right now I have a very lovely view of Chicago paused on my screen, which is where I stopped it. So that's how we're doing it, watching it on the TNA app, but we're going to start it a little bit later. So if you are watching on the TNA app and you are ahead of us, please remember that everybody in the chat is watching along with us. Now, if it comes to a time when a lot of you are watching on the app, we can always make a decision to start this at 8:30. That is totally up to you guys as to how you all want to do it. But if you are staying on YouTube, because you can, you just have to be a member there for $1.49 instead of 99 cents. If you are ahead of us, please do not spoil. Don't type in any comments because, as you can see, we are not watching the show yet. So you'll know by the fact that we're not talking about anything going on. So again, please be kind to everyone and do not spoil the chat. Deadman is here. RK Shuttlesworth is here listening to Joe Hendry on Busted Open. Yeah, I listened to that interview too. Decided to subscribe today so I can listen while I work. They cover all the major shows. Yeah, that's a great show. I usually subscribe to them. They let you subscribe now to XM or Sirius rather, for like 4 months for free. Then I just quit it. And then about another month or so, they'll offer it to me again. So I just do that. So yeah, if not, they have a podcast as well. If you don't want to subscribe, they have probably the biggest part of that on their podcast. Guess who was on that I listened to? Jeff Goldberg.
Really?
Yeah, he was. And you know what? I kind of, I kind of sometimes feel a little bit bad for him. It's like, he talks about they brought him on because of that whole who killed TNA, or not TNA, but who killed WCW. Yeah, they brought him on for that primarily. But he was kind of talking about how everybody kind of treated him like dirt. He said there were a few guys who were really good to him, Sting being one of them. Kevin Nash, he said, was really good. They taught him a lot. But he said otherwise, people really didn't want much of a part of him. He said Hogan was nice to him, just a few people. But he said that, they were kind of like he was an outcast, and they kind of treated him that way. And they did, I guess they kind of fought a little bit, saying they really didn't want a job to him at all because he's so new and all this other stuff. And then he said his favorite moment in wrestling was when his Falcons teammates came to help him after he won the title, when the NWO started beating him up in the ring, which I kind of totally forgot about that. But he said that was the best moment he ever had, because he said he was, let go, gone from the football team. And then he said he kind of just felt like, he missed that so much and stuff. So then he said he does. He asked him about another match. Bully Ray did. And he said he kind of might want to pursue that now that his son's, I guess, gone off to college, which is crazy, isn't it? Like we did. Yeah. I just remember seeing his son in the crowd, right? And his son was like a young man. And his son's off to college. He's a walk-on for the Denver, or the Colorado.
Yep, Buffalo.
Yeah. So he said he knows Dion really well. Goldberg said. So that's very cool. He said he might want another match, and he said he's not really sure how he wants to go about that. He said he might do something overseas, maybe in Japan or something, have it there. But he said nevertheless. So I know we bang on Goldberg a lot, and we have in the past. And yeah, right. Some of it rightly so. There has been some stuff, like it. But I think deep down inside, sometimes we forget the man sometimes behind the wrestler. And generally, I think they're all pretty good people. So.
And what I was gonna say this too. A lot of times, yes, some things were on Goldberg, but a lot of things were on the people booking Goldberg.
Yeah. He had said that. He said that, he said Eric Bischoff was good, but then when Vince Russo came in, he said he never had a problem with Russo directly, but he said that's kind of when, in his eyes, things started to fall. And, so, yeah, I think that everybody, when you see it, and Bully's really close to him, he's good friends with him. And I didn't know that. So, yeah, it's like I said, we bang on him. I know we all got up on him after the whole thing with the Fiend. I know that's when a lot of people really grew to hate him. But again, remember, guys, and I think he's come out and said it, that's not his choice. They wanted him to do that. Vince apparently was probably behind that, or Bruce Pritchard was behind that, and that they wanted that to happen. So, it's, I don't know, but seems like a genuinely nice guy, and he has a show on he does about vintage cars and stuff like that now. That's on there on YouTube. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe at some point we'll see him come back. But yeah. All right. Conrad is here. Welcome, Conrad. How are you? See if anyone else popped in. I don't think so. All right. So there we go. This is what we've got. And this is all we've got. The system is kicking off the show tonight. So after that whole debacle of an ending at the end of the pay-per-view, the system certainly came out on top, with Moose still winning his title, and of course Eddie Edwards and Myers retaining. But with a new player added to the game, this may be going on a lot longer than we expected, and we kind of thought it might. And then of course Joe Hendry got involved in this too, and they beat him up pretty good. So they are Jeff, what many times factions of heels. We've seen this from time to time, right? Or a lot of the time. They make a lot of enemies, Jeff. And that usually ends up coming back to bite them in the ass. And that's usually when the faction may fall apart. Because once one of these people go down, when let's say the tag team belts get lost, or the women's belts get lost, I think it's going to all crumble down behind them, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, you can start to see the fractures now. Mm-hmm. And I think that's only going to intensify as things go forward. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how long the system is at the top. I have a feeling, like you said, they're going to start to kind of come back to reality a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree. I think so. So we'll hear from them and we'll see how that goes. I would not be surprised at all if that gets interrupted by Matt Hardy and maybe Jeff Hardy and others. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I would bet you it's probably going to be, and who knows? I don't know. Maybe we get a 3-on-3 match out of that at some point. Coming up next, we have a Chicago street fight up there on the top. That is Frankie Kazarian and Ace Steel. This match. So this ought to be good. We don't get to see these very often. We've seen these a little bit in Impact where they kind of go outside of the arena and they're going, you're by the dumpsters. And the one I think that we saw was out in the street.
Macklin and Rich Swann.
Yeah, that Macklin, they were out in the front. You could see the street with the cars going by and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this will be fun between these two. And look, Kazarian is, say what you will, but he was in NXT. He's been on a little bit of a roll here, and I don't know, Jeff. I think it's going to be a little tough for Ace Steel to take out Frankie, but we'll see. Maybe he used some underhanded tactics.
I mean, it's hard to go against Frankie right now.
Yeah.
Just seeing what they have him doing, I think he's kind of that guy that's that door between going, like, elevating up to the main card. I think that's kind of where he's positioned right now. And I don't know, he's just, like you said, he's just on a roll, and you can't really make heads or tails of it sometimes, because you think, with him being a heel and kind of doing this complete 180 from what he was, you're thinking, well, man, he's got to start suffering some losses at some point. But I mean, he's really not. So you also have to think at some point, especially if they end up with a face champion after Moose, is he right back in that title picture somehow, some way?
Yeah. It's crazy. We'll see how I think both of us, when we were talking about this, are kind of pointing at Slammiversary as a changing point. And that very well could come true. We might see that. And now the fact that Joe Hendry is involved, I'm telling you, I think they'd be very silly not to capitalize on all this popularity that he's got going on right now. Put that belt on him right now and have him go. And not to say that Moose certainly can't go over to NXT and other things like that too, because he'd be excellent with it too. I just think, when you got a fire going on, you kind of want to, fuel that fire a little bit and stuff. So I wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me if Hendry and Moose square off sometime very soon. So,
and Joe, I sent you a clip of someone who he could possibly have a run-in with on the main roster.
Did you
remember that clip that I sent you the other day of him and of Moose and Cody?
Oh yes, and Cody Rhodes with that. That was, oh my God! It was when Cody was a heel.
Yeah.
Cody had like the dark black hair, and of course his wife was involved. And Moose says that, and Cody's like, well, you guys maybe should be dating here if this is what. And it was heel Cody against Moose. And that was pretty cool. So who knows? Maybe this is the kind of stuff we might see coming down the road. So this stuff is just awesome. It's so cool. And then we've got Jeff is looking forward to this more than anything else tonight. The big date tonight, man. Yeah. PCO and Steph DeLander's date is tonight. What the hell are they going to do? What is PCO going to do on a date? Where does he take her? I mean, do they go to some kind of, you could see in the little background there, it's like, it almost looks like a big haunted castle down in the bottom of that picture. Is he going to take her to like Frankenstein's castle tonight? Like, are we going to see him go to maybe they do? Maybe we'll go to a castle or something. I don't know. I have no clue what this is going to be, but it's going to be probably freaking hilarious. They really do stuff like this. They really do well. And we saw, of course, the Matt Hardy thing last week, which was unbelievable, right? The way they shot it and stuff. It was so good. And I would imagine this is going to be fun too, Jeff.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to it. a lot because I want to see what they do. I want to see them have fun with it. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's see if this is a love connection. I'm dating myself there. If you picked up on that reference, then
We'll be back in 2 and 2.
2 and
I
2.
remember that well. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, maybe it'll be a love connection, but maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. But I think PCO has to set a good tones, a good foundation on this first date. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully they don't get interrupted. But who knows?
Yeah, that very well could happen too. Somebody might come in and ruin the whole date. Big Con is not happy, of course, with PCO, and so he could interrupt. We'll say, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But and then I want to hear more, see more from Rosemary as well, because man, her hanging out up in the rafters there when Ash by Elegance was, oh man, she wants some revenge for what she did to Havoc. So yeah, that's another thing to keep an eye on. See if we get any of that stuff. Bonus Baby knows Chuck Woolery. Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. All right, guys. We're gonna get to food because the show is we're gonna start the show in about 5 minutes. Yeah. I do have a question for you all as well. So, what's on the menu tonight? What are you guys eating? Let us know. Tell us in the chat what everybody's eating out there. Get everybody hungry so that they are paying attention and getting hungry as well. We don't care what it is, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. It does not matter. Just shout it out and let us know what you had good to eat today. Jeff, I will allow you to go first. Everybody's going to make me hungry. I've been doing nothing but protein shakes for the past week. Today I had a little bit of chicken for dinner and rice. And so for me, it's just been a lot of protein and not much else. So what did you eat today, man?
Oh man, so I don't want to. Sorry, Joe. But I had Wingstop.
Oh man,
I had Wingstop, and it was pretty good. So they just opened the one in Albany, so yeah, it's pretty buzzing right now, but yeah, it was good.
We have one around us. It's about a 40-minute drive, I think, for me is the closest one to us. I have had do you know they partnered with? I don't know if you know this. Do you know they partnered with Pizza Hut?
Really?
Yes. All of Pizza Hut's wings now are Wingstop wings.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. They I don't know whether or not Pizza Hut as a parent company bought them or they have just a strategic partnership, but they apparently because I asked them when I went to this was about a month or so ago when I went to get pizza, I stopped there and I asked them for the wings because their wings were pretty good to begin with. Mm-hmm. But I asked them, I said, what's this thing with Wingstop? Because I saw it on your advertisement. And they're like, oh yeah, we get they send us the wings in. Obviously, they're going to deep fry them themselves and everything right there in the place. But he said all like the wings are frozen and they're Wingstop's wings, the same ones that the Wingstops get. We get those now. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. They use the same sauce too. They were really good when I got them about a month and a half or so ago. And I was wondering, I'm like, these are really good. And I mean, Pizza Huts were okay. They weren't horrible, but these were like really good. And I'm like, damn. So yeah, I had no idea about that, and I saw it on a commercial. So
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
pretty awesome.
Andrea says, "Hi, I'm reading a Bible scripture at my grandpa's funeral service next Tuesday at the Inglewood Park Cemetery. Wish me luck." Well, yeah, good luck with that, Andrea, and I'm sorry, obviously, for your loss. All right. Let's see what people are eating. We got rice and chicken from Marvin. Rice and chicken for Christopher. Rice and chicken must be a thing because that's what I had too. I had a little piece of chicken and a little tiny bit of rice. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Mr. Kennedy. What's up, Bates? Had some different kinds of chicken, says James. The British classic, baked beans on toast. Just had fried chicken and rice for dinner. No more chicken and rice. That's got to be that we all must have got together and planned this. Fried chicken, rice, and broccoli with cheese. As answer. Holy God. Everybody's eating the same thing today. That's funny. Meatloaf, vegetables, macaroni. There you go. Well, Hassan broke it up. Heather says, I cheated today. Boneless wings from Zaxby's. Fries, Texas toast, and a Coke Zero. I'm going to be so sick tomorrow. That's not good. But sometimes it's worth it, I guess. AJ Styles 2024. Hey, everyone, just so you know, the TNA Against All Odds TNA Plus show, they had to turn away people because the venue couldn't hold enough. But they gave a lot of people free tickets for tonight's show. That's cool. Wow, that's pretty cool. Good for them. They got that much of an audience. Mini pancakes and turkey sausages with a cup of orange juice for breakfast. Nice. Steak taco bowl for lunch. I miss Zaxby's, says Jeff. Yeah. I want to see Chicago Street Fight. Let's see if there's any more here. Hello, big boy. How are you? Rice, chicken tenders, and avocado. A lot of rice tonight. Auntie's homemade spaghetti with Hillshire Farm sausage for lunch. Nice. Slammiversary sounds promising. Yeah, Slammiversary is usually a big deal for them. It's just sometimes we get new wrestlers there and stuff like that. That's usually a really big show. Deadman says 2 different kind of beans, ground spicy sausage cheese. You can put avocado on it. And clam chowder tonight. I wonder if Mickey.
just read my comment is there for.
Oh my God! Chips, blue corn chips. Let's see. This Brandon says symbols: fries, chicken, and no, it's popcorn. What is that? Popcorn. Oh, popcorn, chicken, and fries. There you go. I figured it out. Barbecue pizza, mango energy drink, and hash browns. Derek is higher than a. Yes, that's very true. Yeah, you're probably right. I might have to excuse him. So
yeah.
Yeah. He's coming off of drugs from the dentist. Let's see, I try to follow my diet as best I can, but nights like tonight, I crack. I'm having a Swedish meatballs, very nice. I'm so high. Chicken dinner from Albertson's Deli with JoJo's and coleslaw. Got a Zaxby's right around the corner. Dirty Derek is now Dirty High Derek or High Derek, High Dirty Derek tonight. So it's going to be even worse. So I'm in pain, but I couldn't miss. All right. Well, there you go. Tonight's question, and I guess we should start here. Yeah, it's 8:30, so we'll start the show. Now, I am just so that everybody line everybody up here. Maybe if you want to line up here with us, I'm just right at the crowd, and I'm seeing Moose's. Obviously, the system's little symbols are on the screen, so that's where I'm at. If everybody wants to kind of start where I am, if you're doing the TNA app. So the system obviously is out on the ramp to start the show. So here we go. Eddie Edwards, Alicia in gold, Brian Myers. Oh my God, Dirty Dango is with them. Of course, I forgot about Dango being with them. Yeah.
Suited and booted too.
He is, man. Look how sharp Dirty Dango is. I still think he's a lackey. I think he's not in the. He's gonna want to be in there, but they'll be like, no, you're just gonna do what we tell you to do. So he's a lackey. But yeah, question of the night, guys, and this came from the whole Chuck Woolery thing. Tell me what your all-time favorite game show is.
Oh man,
all-time favorite game show.
I knew you were going to go there.
I love it. Thank you for that idea because I really didn't have a question in my head. So, all-time favorite game show.
All right, so I got to throw out a few, Joe. Got to throw out a few.
Go ahead, man.
Press your luck.
Oh, so good. No whammies, no whammies. Stop at $5,000 and a spin. Yes, I watched plenty of that. I even saw the episode where the dude cheated. Over and over and over again because he taped it on a VCR and figured out the patterns. Yes, that's great.
Oh man, $100,000 pyramid.
Dick Clark won back in the day. Yeah, so good, man. So
good. So good. And then obviously you got the goats like Price is Right and
oh man, Bob Barker, baby. That's the go-to when you're sick at home from school.
Exactly.
You know you're watching Bob in the morning, right? To talk about having your pet spayed and neutered and stuff at the end of the show. Like, yeah, man. Bob Barker is obviously goated. Yeah, for sure. Wheel of Fortune I see out there. A lot of people with Family Feud. Okay. All right. Yeah, that man, Richard Dawson, he got a lot of tail on that show, man. He got a lot of kisses in on a lot of women on that show.
Richard Dawson. He was.
You watch that now, right? And it's very sexual. The comments, like the questions, are very sex related.
Yeah.
I've noticed, and they're trying to make that a little scandalous now. But you should be grateful, Alicia, saying that we made history. Nobody's going to be grateful. Not a single person. The most dominant force in professional. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Lish, you better not be proclaiming that with Howdy's group running around there.
Nah. Nah, don't do that.
Yeah, you better not. Yeah, like Jey Uso, they don't want that smoke.
Nah, yeah, I was about to say you take Jey Uso's lead.
Yeah.
And have that energy the rest of 2024.
Wheel of Fortune, great. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, obviously back to back every single night for years and years and years. Pour one out for Alex Trebek, man. Alex Trebek was the best. And yeah, both great game shows. Family Feud, Jeopardy. The Price is Right. Name the movie. Mink. That's not Chuck Woolery, stupid. It's Jimmy Swaggart.
Class act. Such a great movie with Kid and Play. Yeah. Such a great movie. Is criminally slept on. But everybody knows them for House Party, but not enough people talk about Class Act. I've watched that movie so many times I've lost count. So I knew exactly as soon as that came through, I knew exactly.
Jeff got it like that. Name that tune. Love Name That Tune. They need to make a Name That Tune that has an 80s only program, and I would win $1 million. Yeah. I can name 80 songs in like 3 seconds. Tic Tac Toe, great one. With the dragon. I always love the dragon square on there. Joker's Wild, fantastic. Oh, yeah. I know all of those. Remember Supermarket Sweep? Supermarket Sweep was a lot of fun. They used to have Win, Lose, or Draw. Remember Win, Lose, or Draw was so good? Yeah, all the 80s ones were tremendous. There was I remember there was a poker one. I can't remember exactly what the gist of. Yeah. Family Fortunes, Blockbusters, Bullseye, Weakest Link. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Yes. Yes. The System is the greatest. Boy, they're really bragging on themselves here.
They are.
The Gong Show. Oh my God! Who was the guy always on the Gong Show? The Unknown Comic. They used to have the paper bag over his head with the eyes cut out. Yeah, man. Let's Make a Deal. How about Let's Make a Deal? Love that one. I'm a Jeopardy fan. Steph DeLander in the opening titles. Did she actually sign? Maybe she did. That'd be cool. Joker's Wild. Yeah, I love that with the big spinner.
Yep.
Hollywood Squares. Yeah, always. Oh my God. Who was the one always in the middle? Oh my God, I forget his name.
Man. What's the guy? He
Paul Lind. Was it Paul Lind, the comedian? He was always center square, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Paul Lind. Gonna watch Modern Family tonight. Double Dare. Yes.
Yeah.
What was the one that was on MTV? I can remember the theme song. Kenny wasn't like the other kids. Nothing, the TV mattered. Nothing else. Remote Control. That was on MTV. The match game. Pressure Luck. Yep. That's so good. So good.
You know what, Joe? I got to say this. Barry Monkey alluded to it earlier. But Dango in this group talking just adds another level of awesomeness to the system.
It really does. And you can tell they're kind of just, look at Moose's face. You can tell they're just like standing back, being like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go on believing that you're part of the group.
Just let them go. Let them talk. I'm enjoying it. He looks the part. He looks like he's in the group, you know. I mean, he's following the lead, so go for it.
The suits in the back know it, and I know it. Celebrity Deathmatch. Oh, man. Yeah. Dango stick out in that blue suit. Hello, Sunny. How are you? Legends of the Hidden Temple. Fear Factor. The old one with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Eddie Edwards and I started together.
I think I see where they're going with this, Joe.
Okay. What's your thoughts?
I think Dango's going to try to knock Moose out of this.
Oh, okay.
To Heather's point, Dango, if I've never seen the system come out before, and I look at them right now, and this is my first time watching TNA and seeing this group, I'm thinking that Dango's the leader right now.
Yeah, he kind of has pushed Moose to the back.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean?
You see Moose behind him is just like, yeah, he's kind of just hanging out. Said you're trepidate. Oh man, here we go. Yeah, you might be 100% spot on. Whoa. Moose is going. Yeah, he ain't liking it.
He didn't like that.
Let's get one thing clear.
Especially
you're
if
not part of the system yet.
If Moose manages to lose the title and Dango weasels his way in,
oh man,
I can see it now.
Moose says, I'm unbeatable. I haven't lost a singles match in almost 2 years. Ooh.
Bless you.
Thank you. There isn't a soul in the locker room that can beat me.
Talk that talk, Moose.
They're trying to bring outsiders in to take the system out. But the outcome remains the same. We're the greatest. What are we getting? The director of Authority.
Yep.
There he is. Yeah. Santino Marella is on the case.
Are they gonna do?
You look like a summon a gun. This TNA roster is stacked and jacked. We have a plethora.
Ooh.
It's hard to pick just one.
Ooh.
The road to Slammiversary.
Yeah, listen to this. I'm a little bit ahead of you, but listen to this.
5 matches. Winner of each match. A 6-way elimination match for the title?
Yeah.
Oh, man, dude.
And don't be surprised, Joe.
If Dango is one of them.
Not only that, but if there's a WWE talent possibly.
Oh, yeah, damn. Dango's going up against Ryan Nemeth tonight. Oh, we're making matches. The road starts tonight.
Oh, Bates, never let that go. I need a reminder of that every stream.
Josh Please. Alexander and who?
Eric Young. Is that what it?
I thought he said. Was that? Yeah, Josh versus Eric Young.
Wow.
For the right to compete for the title. Oh man, this is how I bet. Oh, you gotta think Josh is going to be in that match.
Yeah, you have to.
You're both ahead of me. Right now, I'm at. If you want to catch up, I am. Jeff's a little ahead of me. I'm right now at where they're showing the replay of Against All Odds when Eric Young got pinned. So that's where I am right now. Dango and Nick, yes, please. Drew just quit WWE. He quit until Monday when he comes back and destroys CM Punk in his hometown. Or not Monday, whenever that is. Is that no? That's Friday. That's SmackDown. That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow actually.
Yeah. Oh, they're saying that on YouTube, Santino just came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're a little ahead of them.
Chris Bay and Ace Austin, they had a big win. Got them back on the track here.
Ooh.
One more big victory to take us into our third tag team title run. The Drew I Quit storyline. Stacked and jacked. Frankie and Ace Steel, as we said, tonight with the street fight.
That'll be I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of violence in that.
I would think so. Oh, this is kind of weird. Now we get this you will be right back screen. I'm not used to seeing this. Okay.
So Joe, if you want to let that play for a bit, don't skip ahead on it so these guys can maybe catch up with it.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, obviously, yeah. So you can, like Jeff said, good idea. If you're behind me or behind us, you can catch up a little bit because I'm right now at the Will Be Right Back TNA Nonstop Action thing going across the screen. So not used to this, a little different, a little bit of a commercial break there. Let's hope Ace Steel has eaten. Great news announced earlier in the week. TNA will be doing bigger and better venues in 2025, along with production upgrades that we were supposed to be getting. Very cool, AJ Styles. Nice. Ace Steel is a punk, no pun intended. Can't take that dude. Heather, what if there were ever a match between Ace Steel and Bully Ray?
Oh, man. That's wow.
Heather would just turn off the TV.
She'd be like, all right,
I'm out.
This is a snack break match.
I'm out.
Or maybe she'd want it to be like a ridiculously violent stip and just have the two of them beat the crap out of each other. And maybe that would be fun to watch.
Heather, by the way, and I don't know if I mentioned to you, Heather, I got to tell you, was I not right about CM Punk coming and screwing over Drew? Heather was saying, I think before the pay-per-view on the last show, she's like, you better not be right. You better not be. I was spot on. Spot on.
Yeah, that was
Punk coming in as the referee and stuff like very clever. I didn't see that happening. And I love the camera angle, how they didn't show his face.
Didn't show his face right away. Yeah. All you just saw a blur running down to the ring.
Yeah.
And like, okay, they got somebody coming. You don't even think about it. You're just thinking about him getting to that 2.5 because Priest is going to get out of it somehow, some way. And and then they showed the back of his head, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Punk. And sure enough, and that was wild.
I gotta say, man, they are WWE is killing it right now at camera work. Like,
man, just production overall, I think.
Oh my god, just killing it! Like with the camera angles and the stuff from like now how they're having the wrestlers like coming out of one of the doors that are in the upper area and then going down to the ring. That kind of stuff. Like you're interviewing outside the door. It's much more. How should I put it? It's much more like sports, exactly.
Yeah.
They're talking to the NBA players like in the hallway, and then they're coming in. Yeah, very much so. And then of course the Howdy stuff was just shot so well. That it was right out of it. Like, you were first person going back there. It was phenomenal. They are just really killing it with production. Really, really killing it.
So James, you guys have Spitfire right now.
Okay, so I can get through this dumb thing.
Yeah, you can skip past Frankie too. I got them coming out, guys. They're both still in the tunnel there. That's where I'm at. Now they're running down to the ring.
Okay, I had to fast forward a bit, so I'm there.
Yeah.
I have them in the ring.
Okay. We're good.
So we've got Marty Bell, the Hex, Marty Bell, and Allison Kay coming out. They've been hanging around for a good while now too.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe go ahead.
I wonder if they've signed them secretly, or or if the same with Steph DeLander too, because she's been around a lot. So have they signed these folks and we just don't know? Is it just like a pay per appearance deal? What's going on? I like it though. I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah, it's great seeing them. Now the Hex. Can't wait for TNA to get their upgrades. Spitfire and the Hex out of the gate. Let's go. Pinkies up, mudda Hexers. Brandon Barnes says you were right. It's good to be right every now and then. Doesn't happen often, but in sync. We're all in sync now. Yes, we are in sync now. Do we watch Wrestling Days? No, we don't, but we know him very well. He knows us. So I love the Hex, but they are not signed with TNA. Only Steph is on the roster page. Hex is not. Well, maybe not yet. We'll see. Jeff, check Messenger. I sent you something I think might interest you. Ronnie Hood. Hello, Ronnie. How are you? Jody Threat here over in the corner. A lot of these matches for us tonight will be surprises because obviously we didn't know ahead of time what they were.
Yeah, so for many of these, no graphics, folks. No graphics.
Yeah, nothing doing.
Sorry about that. But I didn't know, so.
Jeff, unfortunately, has no access to the actual TNA script. He's got some connections, but the script is off limits. They don't give access to that.
I don't get that.
Doing awesome tonight. Very cool. Probably the same contract Speedball got. They can do shows like GCW. Camille should have went to NXT or TNA. At least she'd be on TV by now. Yeah. I didn't even hear she went to TNA, so that was done without really any fanfare at all. It's a shame. She's amazing. Cover by Jody Threat. They get a 2. Marty Bell trying to get the referee's attention, but while that's happening, Jody Threat getting the best of it out there. Now Marty decks Jody Threat. There's a quick cover. Referee's distracted. Again, this is out of control. 1. Nope, just a 1. Didn't realize they got Gunther on. That's all. So all I will say is this, and this came from C Wrestling. There were no other wrestlers attacked back there other than Chad Gable. The rest of the ones that were back there and stuff like that, it was not meant to be at all, I guess, part of the story. I can't give that away who told him, but just, C has knowledge of a lot of this stuff. So, and I noticed on Pat McAfee, they were talking about that too. They mentioned Gunther, they mentioned Braun Strowman, and it certainly looked like them, but I don't think that they were necessarily at all part of the plot or anything that was going on. The main person in that whole thing was Chad Gable, and that's why they focused on Chad Gable. They didn't show, like from the back, you saw the other people down, but they weren't meant to be part of the actual story that was going on. So, Gail Kim is out scouting for new TNA knockouts. Big knee lift there from Marty Bell. Hope TNA brings in some of the women that have been on Explosion from another tag team. Add some variety. TNA is killing it, says Robert Cortez. I used to defend AEW to death. I have no idea why Tony Khan hasn't put Camille on TV yet. He is sinking all of his TV time into Mariah May. Well, you got to remember, when you've got Sasha Banks there, people like her are going to demand TV time. So Conman and some other streamers on Twitch have now actually got TNA permission to show their show in their streams. Yeah, I heard about that. I think C let us know. Jeff was looking into that and seeing who we can get in touch with.
Yeah, still working on it. The only issue with it, Joe, is we're probably only going to be able to stream to Twitch if we did that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That would be the only.
Man, that makes sense.
That'd be the only caveat to it, I think, is that it's only.
That would make sense.
There may be a. I'm trying. Well, we can talk about it, but
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we went kind of down that road early on with possibly going to Twitch, but you guys are all used to being on YouTube here, so we wouldn't want to put you guys out. Twitch only. Yeah, James said Twitch only. Yeah, so see, and that would make us move all of you there, which is not necessarily conducive to really what we want to do. So we could have been Twitch partners a long while ago. We qualified to be partners with them way early on, but we didn't want to do that because the way that they do stuff is, and you can't stream anywhere else. They're exclusive for 24 hours. I don't know if that's still the case, but they were, and you wouldn't be able to put anything on YouTube until the next day.
Wow.
So, yeah. As someone who has been mere inches from Mariah when I reffed a match of hers, I can't blame Tony if you catch my drift. Giggity. You can stream on YouTube too. Other streamers stream on YouTube and TikTok. Did they change it? Yeah. Okay. No, you might know more than we do about that, AJ. You're there a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Nice move there. Danny Luna gets that cover, and the Spitfire is your winners. I watch a lot of Twitch with a lot of Twitch at gamers, like gamers who are on Twitch, and that brings up a whole lot of other questions when you go over there. There's a lot of stuff like ads and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with it. All right. This is scenes from Against All Odds. This is, of course, when Matt Hardy speared his wife through that table. And there's Matt.
Whoa.
You put your hands on my wife. There's Brother Nero. The hands on the mother of my children. Nobody does that. Nobody. You snow witch, bitch.
Yeah. He went there, didn't he?
Oh, man, Matt's freaking out.
Man, it's wild that we just get a Josh and Eric Young match out of nowhere.
Yeah, right. Cool promo there from Matt Hardy and his brother and his wife. Still to come is the big date. I get no ads since you are all not Twitch affiliated. Well, that's good. If you get Twitch affiliated, you get Prime subs and subs become. Yeah. No, I know how it works. Like I said, I have another podcast that I do, and it's gaming. It's a gaming podcast, and so I know a lot of people that are on Twitch. I've met a lot of them that do stuff on there, but I know it's primarily known for gaming. I know that. So that's why I said I don't know. It's like I said, something we could always think about, but we'll see. Matt has lost his effing mind, like he ever had it to lose anyway. Have you all on Twitch? Shout out to the Hardy Boys and Matt Hardy's wife. Great promo. Okay, we got an ad, so should we skip?
Yeah, let's skip, Joe, because they're
let's skip through.
James and Heather and everybody watching on YouTube. What do you have right now? I can tell you what I have, but I might be behind you.
I got the Allen Angels in the back with Kushida.
I have that too.
Oh, we're getting an episode of Sound Check.
Sound Check, yes.
I love Allen so much. I'm such a mark. We got to find out what Kushida is doing with that science experiment and and going to show the recap. Doing a bike ride in 90-degree heat was rough, but I had water. A good thing. Kushida in Tokyo, Japan, being a scientist. Imagine sound check in NXT. I mean, we all remember this. This, of course, was when he was beaten by Moose, and here he is. This is when he came out in the lab coat. And he grabbed Gresham and got that towel in there to shove that in his mouth and try to diagnose and do some science and diagnose what that black goo is in his mouth. And now we have an octopus in Tokyo, Japan. I'm almost afraid what they're going to do with that poor thing. And now he's got the goo all over his hands. And they've got it in a dropper, so they're gonna test it. Now they got a whole vial full of it. It's like Venom goo, like from Venom. Maybe it's a symbiote.
Maybe
taken over. Christian make everybody get sick. I looked for a cure. Are you qualified?
Mm.
We're going to get Allen Angels against Kushida, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm down for that. Ooh.
Sell your snake oil to the public? I have to ask you, have you seen the McAfee show clip? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt it is. You heard the noise.
Yeah.
The lights went out. You heard the noise. How they were looking at the thing and like, what's going on there? What's going on? I'm sure it was. I don't think they were there, big boy. I think it was just a thing that they wanted to make clear that they were going to be around and that they were going to be to other places.
Well, I mean, Raw is in Indy, like you said, Monday night. So
yeah, that's Pat McAfee's hometown. So a lot of people are wondering whether they're going to be on SmackDown. That I really don't have the answer to. I don't know that or not. I do believe it was said by some reporters and stuff out there that they are strictly to Raw. So I personally don't think they should overdo it. I don't think they should be on every show. I think they should. It's good enough. I think once a week is enough. They don't want to overdo it. They don't want to overexpose and ruin all of the fun. I think it's fine. Here's a qualifier: Macklin and Callahan, Nick Nemeth and Rich Swann, Kazarian and Santana. Look at these matchups, man.
Yeah.
Jake something and Joe Hendry. Yo, man.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Wild.
All right, so we have got Frankie. Oh, we're getting this. We're getting the Chicago street fight.
Yeah.
All right. The street fight. Frankie Kazarian. Boy, Frankie gets around, man.
Yeah, he does.
People watching this be like, wasn't he just on NXT like 2 nights ago, man? Like, what? When I heard Joe talking on Busted Open, Hendry talking on Busted Open about he takes a flight literally back to Scotland because I guess his dog is he has a dog and he wants to get his dog out of that's insane to me. He flies back to Scotland like every single week. It's crazy. This is, of course, they're showing the NXT. And there's a Kazarian making it to the Final Four. They got pitched out. Chicago's own Ace Steel, and he has a garbage can with him. Steel always looked psycho. Maybe the Bucks were right. Do you see a TNA versus NXT crossover PLE? I believe so. I don't know. I don't know how soon it will be, but I do believe that something like that is coming. I just don't know when.
Joe, do you think it happens in 2024? Or do you think it's more likely 2025? If we had to do a sell or no sell topic on that.
Well, Jeff, I can say this. We're going to get them transferring over to the C-Dub NXT is the beginning of next year. What a way to start off the C-Dub than having a NXT versus TNA show to start them off. Right?
That does a lot.
I think that would be pretty cool. I think they would love it. I don't know. The plans are kind of made for the rest of this year, so I'm not really sure where they'd fit it in. That's the only thing. Unless TNA hosted, and then maybe they had it somewhere. I don't know. TNA's schedule gets a little bit weird toward the end of the year because they don't have much like in October, November, and December. Not October, but like I should say November and December. So I don't know. Maybe it will be a month when they're not doing much and they're not doing a lot of their tapings and shows. Maybe it'll be toward the end of the year. I'd be down with something like in December, Jeff, because by then you have all the other stuff over, right? All the big stuff is over. WWE's pretty much done for the year too. Yeah.
I mean, I guess my other question as a part of that, though, if they were to do a crossover show, whose turf do you do it on, and whose turf makes the most sense? And I guess the last part of that question is, what's the ultimate goal? Are you trying to bring more eyeballs to TNA? Are you trying to bring more eyeballs to NXT? Or are you trying to prop both up?
Very true.
So I have a lot of questions, so hopefully other people have answers.
Yeah. Is Harley Race on Ace's shirt? Is that who he has on his shirt? I didn't even know.
Let me see. I'm trying to look and see now.
Ace Steel already looks like he did something to his knee here. He's down on the outside. How long has it been since this guy wrestled?
I don't know.
I say, had to be a while.
It's just so wild seeing him like this now when I was used to seeing him in TNA before with
it really is
blonde and everything.
Neutral place, like where both places go often, Chicago or Vegas. Hendry's NXT video is the most. Yeah. I vote for Ace Steel. Harley Race trained Ace Steel. Okay, well that makes sense as to why he'd be on the shirt. NXT and TNA worlds collide. Hey, Gus.
What's up, Gus?
Big Boy wants to know who has a better tee, Brisk or Arizona. We have so many teas around us.
Yeah.
Like, I have local farms that do them around us that have had dairies for years. We have one called Farmer's Iced Tea. We also have Turkey Hill. Turkey Hills around us have iced tea. There's so many places that have tea now. I don't know that I could tell you I had a favorite. Growing up, when I was growing up, my mom never, obviously, and Jeff, probably you would know this too. When we were growing up, we didn't have all the tea in the bottles and all that kind of stuff. It was the powdered stuff.
Yeah.
My mom used to buy a big, humongous thing of Lipton, the powdered iced tea that you'd make with the powder.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I grew up on.
We just did the bags
or the tea bags themselves. Yeah.
And made iced tea that way.
Yeah.
My mouse on my computer has just stuck up the middle finger to me, so I'm trying to regain control of my mouse here. So
we're getting littered of stuff. We got a kendo stick and a whole bunch of stuff thrown in there. Grandma's iced tea. Are you going to keep Impact on YouTube, or are you going to start watching Impact? Well, we are watching on TNA Plus, but what we did was we waited, so we stopped it at 8:00 and kind of waited until 8:30 to start it here. So it doesn't really matter. You could do it either way you want. We're still going to keep starting it at 8:30. I remember my mom used to make sun tea, Jeff. Remember that was a big thing when they'd get those big pictures and they'd leave it out in the sun?
Leave it out in the sun, yeah.
Now I am very careful, and I avoid drinking a lot of tea because I had a kidney stone, and that's very, very, very bad for kidney stones.
Yeah.
So I don't drink a lot of tea. Pure Leaf.
Pure Leaf.
They're the McDonald's. That's not real sweet tea.
No. Pure Leaf now has a few different zero sugar teas, which, me being diabetic, I have to find stuff that tastes at least somewhat decent. But they were pretty good, the ones that I had. It was like a peach tea. It was really good.
Nice. Ace Steel now hammering on Kazarian. Ace Steel was fired by AW, but he wasn't a wrestler, just on TV commentary. How's the show going? Hello, Deanna. It's going well. It's been pretty fun. Got a lot of weird stuff going on. Kendo stick to the left arm and shoulder of Ace Steel.
Not a lot of matches or things announced tonight.
No, hardly any at all. They're all being made like impromptu. Kazarian now with a big slam. And now Kazarian is trying to work on that arm and shoulder. Throws a chair right on top of Ace Steel. Now he's putting his left arm, whacks the left arm right off the chair. Frankie getting a little brutal here. Are all you Americans talking about tea when me and James are known connoisseurs of the tea bag?
Bates, we'll have a talk about your phrasing.
Yeah, the vernacular that you just used.
I mean, listen, you're into what you're into. No judgments, but I'm just saying, if you want to work on your phrasing next time, let's have a chat.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
I'm joking. Love you, man.
It's so funny. Ace Steel's got the chair. Chair to the back and the legs.
You know what? For Derek, we're just gonna say something.
Now you just woke Derek up.
Say something dirty, and he appears. I believe in Dirty Derek.
There you go.
That's it.
Say Mickey James, and he appears. I believe in Dirty Derek. I believe. You got your own song now, dude. Oh, God. We could just change that all up, too. We could make other words go in there. You could have Mickey James and have all different words go in there.
Yep. And when he's mentioning all the places, instead of saying all the places, you can just throw in different names. You can say Mickey and whoever. So I'm gonna work on that, Derek.
We're gonna
Just
make the
know
song.
we're gonna make the song.
Yeah, we're gonna make the song now. We're gonna have to get a picture of you, like with a big smile on your face, that we could post when it's playing.
Bates, no, not about tea bags. I'm talking about your sentence structure.
Oh, we've gone off the rails, folks. Woo.
Yes. Man.
Just trying to get the chicken wing applied. Could not do it. Ace Steel got out of the way. I kind of thought that I'm a little disappointed. I thought this was going to leave the ring at some point, but I guess that's not the type of thing they're doing. I literally thought they were going to go outside. Brandon wants a giggity.
Okay, here you go.
There you go. I wonder if TNA keeps working with NXT, if TNA will get an NXT size ring. I hope not, as I prefer the smaller TNA ring. I love you, crazy bastards. Oh, yes, we have a good time here. We have a good time here.
There you go.
Oh, Ace Steel's got him, but he's got the chair in his face right into the chair. That was a nice move there by Kazarian. He's hung up over those ropes. Better watch if Frankie doesn't. No, I was going to say he was kind of prone over there. You know, we're seeing someone go into some chairs here. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good. Pile driver into the chairs. That's got to be it. 2, 3. Ace Steel was game, but Kazarian wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really out in any sort of street. I was really expecting him to go outside the building. They've done that before. Who knows? Maybe it was raining and it got canceled. Drew's going to get loud boos tomorrow. Yeah, when he attacks CM Punk. Yeah. He's going to return the favor. You know he is. Oh, now Kazarian's got him in the chicken wing now. Match is already over. Oh, no. There he comes.
Yep.
Hendry's got him way up in the air. Oh. Joe Hendry is here. He appears. I believe. Boy, did he get a pop on NXT, man.
Yeah.
I was really shocked how many people were screaming and yelling when he showed up and that music started. Oh my gosh. YouTube slightly ahead. Got Mustafa Ali in the back. A leaked video. Oh, he's talking about that leaked video, yeah. Accusations and allegations. Put together a team of the best of the best. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. All right.
What if I spoke to the people? What if I got in front of my people and let them hear a voice of confidence and assurance? Next week on Impact. Mustafa Ali, State of the Union.
State of the Union.
Nice. It's going to be fun. Next, NXT is doing their shows at the WWE Performance Center. It's smaller than Full Sail. Access TV is way ahead of everything else, like the TV should be. Finally, it's no longer behind. What do we got here? We got clapping in the back. What's this? We got a bunch of they're clapping for PCO. They're cheering him on. Is this the date? They have a date backstage. Oh wait, look out. Something's going down. What happened there? They all took off. All right, I'm going to fast forward through this.
Yeah. I've got Steph in the ring,
okay,
checking her makeup.
Damn it.
That's where I'm at.
It's hard to fast forward on an iPad. All right, she's sitting at the table, right? Okay, yeah, the checking her makeup. I'm a little bit behind you. Elvira vibes.
Yeah.
So the date is in the wrestling ring. Well, I'm not surprised by that, I guess. PCO's entrance. All right, now we're sitting at the table. I fast forwarded a little bit. We got a plate of something. She kind of rubbed his arm a little bit. 2 candles are lit. Now we got Steph on the mic.
Joe, do you know the other 2 pay-per-views that are the big 4 essentially for TNA that you have to buy on pay-per-view? Just trying to answer Gus' question.
Slammiversary obviously is one.
For glory.
Not the last one, but the one before. I can't remember. I don't remember the names either. The one that was in Albany by you is another one. Rebellion. Another one, the one that's by you usually up that way. The last, the 1 year that's in what is that, September?
No, that's earlier.
Okay.
Rebellion was
Hard to Kill.
Hard to Kill. There you go. Hard to Kill. All right. So, Gus, all of their specials are on the app, and those 4, you have to buy on pay-per-view, or you can buy it through the app.
What is he eating, dude? It's like purple slime. What the hell did he just put in his mouth? It looked like pieces of worm. It's probably gummy worms with grape stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, she hates it. Oh no, she hates it. It was a bit too strong. It looks like she has cavities. She wants wine instead. Who's the waiter? Who's the waiter, guys? That's a wrestler. Who's the waiter? He's got a red beard. Is that Big? That's not Big Con, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Look at, he's pouring her wine. He's gonna keep pouring. Look at it. He's gonna overflow. He's gonna pour the whole bottle. That's a nice bottle of non-alcoholic lemonade they have here, by the way. Are they for real with their Elvira Beehive? I love it. I used to love Elvira. I used to watch those Elvira shows all the time. Is that even food? That's that black pasta.
Yeah, squid ink pasta.
Yeah.
Jellied eels, saying Berry Monkey.
PCO is talking. This is amazing.
Wow.
This is, boy, do I feel special. She has to take a photo.
For the gram.
What's your handle, PCO? PCO is not even. Jellied eels, says Berry Monkey. It's what it looks like, doesn't it? He's just going to stuff them right in his mouth. Says, hold on.
Nah, I'm good.
Jeff, I think I know where they're going with this. This is going to be a young Frankenstein thing where she's going to try to refine him.
Yep.
She's going to end up having him come out in a suit and shit like that somewhere down the road.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's gonna be somewhere along those lines. She's gonna
Look at
try and
she's teaching him manners.
yeah.
What Jeff if Jeff she turns him back into just his normal wrestling self? Could you imagine if he just turns him out, gets him out of that personality and
I
turns him back?
know that would be wild.
Oh, of course they had to crash the party.
Rich homie Swan.
Homie Swan, yeah, boy. And AJ Francis.
Not gonna lie, for a second, I thought the goggles were a clock. I was hoping it was, but
He comes out with a clock at some point. I'm gonna die laughing. Emergence and TNA Impact August 30th and 31st.
Yep.
Victory Road. There's a song by Weird Al about Instagramming all your food. There probably is. He's made so many food songs over the years. Eat It by Michael, but the Michael Jackson Eat It is the best one. And oh my God, it's so funny. Oh, he threw it in PCO's face. And then Rich Swann followed up with a kick. Steph getting it. Oh, he throws Steph down to the ground. Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
PCO trying to stick up for her, but Francis has him up and throws him down as well. Yeah, friggin' first class ruining the date, man.
I know, man.
What the hell Swan reaching for here? Oh, what's he gonna do? Zip tie? Oh man.
Oh.
They're zip tying PCO to the ropes. And Rich Swann is just, he's gonna tie the other arm up.
Oh man.
Steph is trying to get in AJ Francis's face. Steph, you better be. Oh! She smacks him across. Watch out, though, Steph. He is not. Oh, he's going to put her through the table.
Yeah.
Francis is going to put Steph through the table. I guarantee it. Yep. He's grabbed her by the throat. Steph's going to put her through the table.
Yep. He's going to put Steph through that table. Good Lord.
AJ Francis has to spoil everybody's fun. Glad they interrupted it before they went OnlyFans, says Barry Monkey. Have the Hardys been on? Yes. Yeah. Matt, Jeff, and his wife are all on for a little promo.
Yeah, they haven't been on a full segment just yet.
AJ Francis versus PCO at Slammiversary for the digital media. Yeah, that's probably a good bet.
Yeah.
Probably a good bet. This would have never happened if Matt Cardona was here. No problem, Jedi Warrior. No problem at all. This, of course, is the qualifier and probably our main event, I would imagine. We have JDC versus Ryan Nemeth still to come as well. Oh, no.
Oh, boy. So,
man,
folks,
why do we need to ruin a good night, huh? Could he fast forward through that? All right, going to fast forward. See if we're probably going to be catching up with them soon. But this, of course, is Ash by Elegance. So there we are. And here's her intro. And Ash by Elegance is coming to the ring. Shut up, Ray Walt.
Ray Walt, man, I love that dude.
I know, he's freaking hilarious. He's such a heel announcer. It's so funny.
Yeah. I think we love him so much, Joe, because he's a throwback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, he's very much Bobby Heenan-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not more Ash.
Oh, gosh.
James Chadwick says trash time.
Dang.
Well, she's got, I guess, some local talent here wearing a spider outfit. She wants to shake her hand. Yeah, don't do that. That's not the way to start. She just chucked her out of the ring. Pulled herself back in, though, nicely there. She didn't see it. Oh, my God, it's Iceman. Where were you, Iceman? Francis is a good heel.
Yeah, he is.
Heather says, time for me to mute the TV.
Let me ask all of you guys this.
Oh, man.
I know that a lot of you say you don't want to see her in the title picture right now. I get it. What's a program that you want to see her in that you think kind of turns this feeling that most have right now and turns it in a different direction? That question is for Joe and anyone in the chat that wants to answer. Because she can't continue to do what she's doing and facing off against folks that they bring in for an appearance or someone that's not as well known. She can't continue to do that and then be at the top of the card. So where would you like to see her go, and what direction in terms of a program with someone? Who do you think is that person that can help bring out the stuff that people are going to enjoy?
I can tell you this: if they want an out, Jeff, they have an easy one in Rosemary.
Yeah, I think that's the easy, like the layup out.
Yeah, they have an easy out with the Rosemary feud, because Rosemary could really mess her up, like emotionally mess her up. Like come in and just do stuff like mess up her hair, cut her hair or something in the ring, do something to her to make her snap. And then she would be, and then she would come back in a different way. So if they want an out from this, I think that would be the best way to go. There is no program. I want her off this program. Where are the PETA people to spray paint Ash's fur?
I think that's pretty definitive where Heather stands.
Heather wants her in.
So Joe, I think we need to make an addendum to the match that you
Ace Steel, Bully Ray, and Ash all in the ring at the same time.
Yeah, Ash is the special guest referee.
A triple threat.
Or a triple threat. Either way you want to do it, but
Heather at that point, her head would explode and she would not watch. How can he say the most beautiful woman ever when Scarlett, Tiffany, Maxine all exist? Scarlett was on the TV the other night. My wife saw her. My wife's like, wow, she's really beautiful. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. If Ash versus Jordan happens and Jordan wins, I think Rosemary transforms Ash and she joins Decay. I would like that a lot better than what they're doing here. Now she's attacking Heather Reckless after the match.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, my gosh. Is it Havoc?
No.
Or Rosemary?
Neither.
It's neither. It's Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
I was a little bit behind there. I saw green lights and got excited. Jordan's out here. Well,
yeah, Iceman, personal concierge, whatever you want to call him, is about to get dealt with.
What the hell is Iceman even trying to prove?
He's about to get
Iceman's eyes. What are you even trying to pull here? He's distracting, obviously, so that she could recover and hurt her from behind. Ash is going to come after her from behind before she grabs a hold of Iceman and does anything to him. Yeah, watch. Ash is going to come from behind here.
Yep.
She's grabbing both of Jordan's eyes, rake of the eyes, and now she's got the title. She belts Jordan with the world title. Guys, as much as I hate to say it, next pay-per-view, pretty sure it's going to be Ash and Jordan Grace.
Certainly looks that way, Joe. Barry Monkey has a really good comment here about this, and I want to get people's take on it. Barry says, I'm afraid Ash doesn't have any real wrestling skills. She needs a tag partner to help disguise her shortcomings. So with that being said, is that the fix? And to create another tag team in that division to strengthen the Knockouts tag division, you make another team and just kind of go that direction as opposed to her as a singles competitor.
To your point, though, Barry, I kind of don't recall, but so did we never see a good match with her even in WWE? Because that point you're making would say that she's never wrestled in any good matches. So is that I can't, I'm honestly asking because I can't really remember. She never impressed me enough to that I would be watching her a lot. I mean, I remember her mostly from the vignettes that she would do there. But have we never seen her in good matches? Because if she didn't have any skill, I don't think these companies would want her. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I just think personally, I don't think it's a skill issue. I think it's an issue of writing and this creation that they've made. That's what I think. I think they wrote her the wrong way. That's my belief. I don't think it's a skill issue. I think that's a little unfair because I don't really think she would have been. She was on NXT, right?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah, so obviously someone saw enough in her to bring her up to the main roster. So I don't think she would have made it to the main roster in WWE without having any skill at all. That I don't necessarily think that's a fair assumption.
I think when it comes down to it, there are choices that you have to make in terms of gimmick and how your move set aligns with your gimmick. I think has a lot to do with how people perceive you as a talent. And I think for her, she's very athletic. And that goes a long way. I think she has a gymnastics background, if I'm not mistaken. So she's very athletic. So that's not the issue. I think from a training, wrestling, knowing the fundamentals, being able to carry out a match, I think she's fine. I think her drawback, and I think what hurts her confidence, and you can kind of see it in the ring, is that not all times is she connecting with the character. I don't think and the character is clearly not connecting with the fans and the crowd. And I mean, you guys watching, there are a lot of you that are like, I could do without this. And again, that does something to a wrestler's confidence. So, I mean, it could be a case that she's just got really, really low confidence. A lot of people talk about the grind that WWE is and how it's kind of a meat grinder and it'll chew you up and spit you out. And I think she was probably lacking a little bit of confidence. I feel like she doesn't have the confidence. Yeah, Conrad brought it up. I think at that point in time, if we're being honest, I don't know that she was ready to be called up because I think there were certain things that certain people were looking for.
Oh yeah, no, somebody alluded to that in the chat.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
she's a beautiful woman. She has blonde hair. I'll let you figure out who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but I just think that I think she has plenty of skill. I don't think that's the issue. I just don't think she connects with her characters, her gimmicks that she portrays on screen. And because she's not connecting with it, it's not connecting with the fans.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents. But I do think that she's a talented person. I will say that.
I definitely wouldn't put her in a title match. There's no way.
I wouldn't either.
There is no way she deserves it. And all the wrestlers we've seen her wrestle, it's been a lot of local talent. We haven't seen her beat anyone. And in no way does she deserve a title match. But I do believe that title match is all that I think is going to lead to is a Rosemary attack on her. And I think it's just going to go from there. So that's all I think that's going to be. Because she, honestly, in all fairness, right now anyway, she doesn't really belong in a ring with Jordan Grace. She, in my opinion, she really just doesn't. So, Dirty Dango gets the win. Okay. Or JDC, as he's now calling himself. And there are, and Jeff, to your earlier point, look who's coming out to greet him and clapping and everything for him.
Mm-hmm.
Throw him in and can create a little dissension in the ranks. And now they are going to take out Ryan here. All three of them. Look at him doing the dance. He's giving us the dance. Oh, here comes Nick. Nick is out. But there are still three people compared to two. Nick might get overwhelmed here. Now they've got Dango in a 2-on-1. I can't help but call him Dango. It's going to take me a while to learn the initials. That almost took a super kick, but they got out of dodge. So the Nemeth brothers standing tall in the ring. Eddie grabs his title. She's so generic, Jeff. So many plastic blondes. They all come across the same on TV. That's why the fans identify so much more with the other women wrestlers. Any idea why Rachel Ellering left TNA when it was Impact? Did anyone see that Morgan Bain is a free agent? I think TNA should immediately sign her. Megan Bain. Sorry, Megan, not Morgan. Has Ryan been wrestling all along? All right. We're going to fast forward again here. I think we might be caught up. Yeah, we are caught up. Yeah.
Yeah. Next week is looking.
Yeah, damn, man. Macklin and Sammy.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, next week looks amazing. Someone agreed, but some don't want her to succeed. Some don't want her to, but that's a little on TNA and her as well. I think she's talented, but has never had the right spot for her to thrive to full potential. Beat down on Nemeth. I look at Ash like Jade Cargill. AEW fans wanted to hate her. WWE fans wanted to love her. LOL. Nick, I think we're ahead of James now.
And I guess the one thing that I'd say to that, my only rebuttal, not that I completely disagree, but what I will say is that for me, just, kind of a person that sits back and doesn't really get involved, and I'm more of a TNA. Well, I mean, I kind of am more of a TNA guy. So I guess that's changed over the years, but just sitting where I am, I feel like more often than not, TNA fans are a lot more welcoming and supportive and willing to give any and everyone a chance that comes into that locker room and that steps foot in that ring. I think for the most part, if they have someone, especially that they've pushed as much as they have Ash, they normally get behind them in one way or another. They're either booing you out of the building because you're killing it as a heel, or they're cheering you like crazy because you're a face. So I think for her in particular, I think that's where it comes back to me when we're talking about the booking and, some of the choices made in terms of her story and her trajectory and what she's doing. I mean, if I were to ask anyone, what character does Ash have right now? Joe, if I were to ask you that, what's her character? What's Ash's character?
I mean, she's just I don't even know how I could put it. She's just like it's almost like she's a model type I'm better than you, rich girl that just, knows she's better than you. I'm trying to even think, like, going back of who I could explain, like compare her to with like people who I've seen in the past. Maybe like early Charlotte, early Charlotte Flair a little bit. I can't. I don't know. How about like going back to like Stacy Keibler, maybe?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Joe, you're actually proving my point for me.
Yeah.
Because I might have stumbled upon what's wrong. I think the fact that no one really knows what defined role she has as a character, I think that's problematic. You're like, well, it's kind of like this, but it's more like this. I think it's a hodgepodge of different things. The first time that they showed her in the stiletto heel, getting out of the back of the SUV, I immediately thought Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
But then as she's going on, it's not necessarily Charlotte Flair. It's more of it's kind of, in some ways, and I'm not comparing the two, but in some ways, it's like, I'm going to take a little bit from what makes MJF get heat with the crowd, and I'm going to add that into this too. And then I like this part of this person's character, so I'm going to take part of that too. And then when you start adding in different things and it's not your own and that's not your lane, I don't think it connects as well.
Carmella's a good one. Carmella's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, I think.
Yeah.
And let me ask this too. There were points in time with Carmella that people absolutely couldn't stand her as a wrestler, didn't want to see her on TV, any of that. But then there were times where people were like, man, I really miss Carmella. I miss what she did. What changed with all of that? You started to see a different side of Carmella. She started doing the stuff with Truth, which was freaking hilarious. So I think that's a lot of the problem. I do agree somewhat that I don't think everyone gave her a fair shot, but I also think in certain situations you kind of gotta make your shot too. When you're starting over in this company, some really crappy things happen and you didn't really get an opportunity in WWE that was more beneficial. But I also think we have to say, this is an opportunity to wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with you. I don't think she needs to be in a Knockouts title match at Slammiversary.
We're getting it out from that anyway, Jeff, I think.
Yeah, I think.
They've gotten to the point where they booked themselves into a corner with it, and they really can't change it now, especially since she was at the NXT thing and all that. There's no way they can get around it now. But in my opinion, they'd be insane to take the title from Jordynne Grace and give it to her. Insane. And that's why I don't think it's going to happen. So at the next pay-per-view, she's going to wrestle Jordynne, and that's going to be when Rosemary makes her move. And then we're going to get a program between Rosemary and her, and then we'll see what happens after that. The smart thing, like Jeff was talking about before, would be for them to do something like to mess her up, and then you could change things up a little bit. Great, my internet went out. Oh, that sucks, dude. Oh, man. I put Ash with the Hex, have her outside the ring, interfering, helping with the crowd. I think, like I said, she'll get her title shot. In my opinion, there's no way she wins it, especially since it'll be on a, it will be on a pretty big pay-per-view. But that's Rosemary's opportunity. We know she's lurking. We know she's up in the rafters and stuff. And I think that will be the time when Rosemary will interfere and take her out, and then we'll see. It'll be something different at that point. And we'll see. I think they have something a little bit different in store for her.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with Swag fan. He's saying we got to let it play out. I think sometimes we jump the gun. I mean, I know if you don't like something, you just don't like it, and I get that. And there are things that I really like. There are things that I really don't like. But I think sometimes we just have to see where it goes, and not not just have complete trust in our own fantasy booking or what we would do if we had the pencil, but what these companies are doing for the best interest of their company and that talent. And, so.
Yep. James is back. We've got Josh Alexander in the ring against Eric Young right now with our main event. Josh's head just gets slammed off the turnbuckle in the corner. You know what? Now that I had a little bit of chance to think about it, you know who I think I could compare her a little bit to? And I grew to love her almost right before she left TNA is Taya Valkyrie. I love Taya. But remember, like she used to be that kind of like the now Taya, of course, much bigger, obviously than and much more, muscular in stature and stuff. But there were plenty of times when Taya kind of hung around and you really didn't know where they were going with her as much. And then she did that whole Wrestle House thing, and we saw different and of course the stuff with the Good Brothers, and to me then she really just took off. And I'm not comparing the two at all, saying that they're alike, but I think the characters may have been a little similar. And then then she just completely took off, and now she's over in AEW, although I haven't seen her for a while. But who knows? We like he said, let it play out. Let's see what happens, and maybe somewhere down the road we might grow to like her.
Or she really leans into the heel persona.
Mm-hmm. Heather, my procedure that I'm having, it's tomorrow. If that's what you're asking, and tomorrow is. Or did you mean the procedure for whatchamacallit? But yeah, if you're talking about mine, yes, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. You lost the match at Against All Odds to reward you have a number one contenders match. Taya is the GOAT, regardless of her storylines. Yeah, I love Taya. Amazing, super nice. Listen, I still remember Taya as the zombie killer, man. That was the best thing I've ever seen Taya do. That was the best thing I have ever seen Taya do when she started killing zombies in the basement. Oh, my God. Taya was also awesome in Wrestle House. That whole thing that they did in there when they were doing that, that was during COVID, actually. Which, yeah. Thank you much, Heather. I appreciate it. Eric Young here.
Wow.
The sharpshooter locked in.
Yeah, he reversed it.
Taya and Johnny TV has been mostly on RH. Yeah, that's right. I don't watch enough of that show, so I forgot that her husband's with her now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. England football team needs surgery after tonight's performance against Denmark. Jeez, we were shit. Good luck. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking now. The time before you go in for something like that is a little nerve-wracking, So I will be. I'm sure it'll be a little bit of a tough night of sleep. But that said, I'll get a good sleep with that stuff they give you to put you out, man.
Yeah, you'll get some rest then.
It's like the sleep of kings.
Yeah. Powerful stuff.
Back body drop there from Josh. Eric Young goes down. I'm still celebrating my Celtics winning the title. I ordered myself a hat, so I got
there you go. Hat. All right, so since you're a fan, I got to ask you a question. Did they get it right with Jaylen Brown as MVP, or should Tatum have gotten MVP?
No, that was a fine choice. Jaylen Brown altogether was more steady, I believe, all through the playoffs, and not just in the finals. But I think that was a good choice. Jason Tatum, listen, the kid is great, but he can have up and down games. He can sometimes feel like he just doesn't show up. But the good thing with Tatum is he can do other things. There were a lot of these games when he was leading in assists. He was dishing the ball to other teammates and stuff like that, which is important. You need somebody like that. But no, I think it was a fair choice. I was so happy for Al Horford, man.
Yeah.
So happy. And you could see like how happy he was to finally get it. I'm shocked. I thought he was going to retire, but he announced he's coming back.
Yeah.
They
want to go back to back.
Know what the best part of it is? We now have more banners than the freaking Lakers. Oh.
Basically, this is what you're saying, Joe.
Yes. Yeah. A friend of mine sent the. Remember how they had that in-season stupid tournament this year?
Yeah.
And the Lakers won and beat the Pacers. He showed me their celebration after that. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They were celebrating like they won the title. LeBron's drinking champagne. They're doing all that. And it's a stupid in-season, meaningless. And they even hung a freaking banner for that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? But, hey, anytime we could beat out the Lakers, I'm down, man.
Yeah.
That was a historic season. It really was. It doesn't get much better than that. They went through the playoffs, lost 3 games, which is crazy. When you go down the list, I think it was Greenberg on ESPN that was talking about it. They beat the most points, or they beat more teams by 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10 than any other team in the entire NBA. Which is it's a special season, and it's going to be tough. You know, to repeat in today's NBA is very difficult. Trying to keep everybody signed when they're paying those big contracts to Tatum and Brown. It's going to be tough, and to come back and repeat, it's not easy. So it's been a good match. Eric Young with some shots to the back here. Josh trying to lift him up and over, but Josh reverses it, but then Eric Young reverses. Now he's going back for the ankle lock. It looks like he's got it. Yep, got the ankle lock in. And now it's all baseball pretty much. My Dodgers are in a bad straits right now. We lost Mookie for like 8 weeks. Broken hand. We lost one of our pitchers is struggling with some kind of tendonitis. Yeah, they're just getting all kinds of. Josh got his foot on the ropes. So I don't know. I mean, the Dodgers, everybody's saying they spent all that money and bought like a super team. And, in essence, Ohtani's killing it. Like he's doing amazing. But doesn't always bring in champions, man. So a lot of injuries. But baseball is a very long season, and as has been proven the last few years, the team that gets hot at the end of the season is usually the ones that get to the World Series. Yep. Saw the Diamondbacks last year just kind of hanging around. They went in as a wild card. They got hot and just all the way to the World Series. Pile driver from the top rope. No, he didn't get it. Drops Eric Young down, and he's right back to that ankle lock again.
Man. Tell you, man, Josh is just on a streak right now.
Big clothesline fight, Eric Young.
He may not win them all, but doggone it, he's putting on some great matches.
Eric Young is the type of wrestler every company needs, can wrestle any style well, makes others look good, can do the character, and mic work well, does it all. Think about this. The Howdy faction, that was supposed to be Eric Young, guys. Eric Young was supposed to be in that faction. So before the whole thing happened where he just couldn't deal with Vince and didn't want to be there. And he was supposed to be in it. Steve Forrest Spike is going to probably put an end to it. Yep. Josh moves on. Great match between these two.
Yeah.
Josh is going as one of those 6 people to Slammiversary. So Josh has a chance. He's got himself back in the title picture where he's wanted to be. And there you go.
Yeah, that was a heck of a match.
So Josh is in there now along with Moose. We've got 4 more people to be decided. Great main event. Yeah, these 2 guys are just, I mean, Josh is at the top of his game, and Eric Young is fantastic. Eric disappointed, you can see. Josh waiting there, though. Like he wants to shake his hand, but Eric is just kind of... Eric is a future TNA Wrestling Hall of Famer. Oh, no doubt. So we're the Righteous who are now in AEW.
The Righteous were supposed to be a part of that. They were rumored to be a part of it.
Rumored, yeah. The 2 men are hugging it out, and fans are pretty happy with that. Thought for one split second when I saw him raise Eric's arm that maybe they would do a Mark Henry thing and he would take him out. AJ Styles saying about Alexa, I wouldn't be too sure about that. But that's something left for Tuesdays. Yeah, I'm sure we'll end up talking about Alexa, but I wouldn't be too sure about that. All right, there you go. So there you go. Another episode of TNA. It was a pretty good show. We had some good matches, some good backstage stuff going on. We got some, as Jeff was alluding to, we got some teases of little things maybe to come, and maybe some dissension forming in the ranks of the system. So we got a cool Matt Hardy promo. Jeff was there as well. Yeah, good stuff tonight. A lot of different things going on and new storylines developing as we are leading into now Slammiversary. So, AJ Styles, Brandon Wayne Lewis. Yeah. Give us your scores. Let us know what you thought of tonight's show. And we will do the same, and then we will say goodnight. Now, nothing else for this week. I will let Jeff know, obviously, if he's not busy. I'll keep him posted as to how I'm feeling. I don't know how long I'll be in the hospital. It could be, I've heard 2 days. I've heard some people say 2. Some people say they were out the next day. It all is going to depend on like pain management and all that kind of stuff. Because with this particular surgery, they can't give you pain meds to take. And so they have to be able to manage that. So I don't know. If I'm out obviously if I'm out Saturday, then, we might be able to do a show Sunday, maybe a short one, so I'm not sitting up for a very long time because it might hurt to sit a lot. But yeah, we'll see. We'll keep you posted. I'll keep Jeff posted and we'll let you know. Obviously if I'm kept until Sunday, then yeah, that won't be the case, but we'll keep you posted. Otherwise, we'll definitely be back. I'm sure I'll be back next week for Tuesday for Fireflies Forever for sure. We'll be talking all about that and what's going on with the Howdy stuff and what happens on Monday Night Raw. So I'll be back for that for sure by Tuesday. And then, of course, we'll be right back here next Thursday night for another episode of TNA. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Jeff, I'll have you score yours, and let's see what everybody's got in the chat. We've got go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I thought tonight was really good. I think more than anything tonight, we got some insight as to what may be coming down the road, leading on this road to Slammiversary. So I thought for that, it was a good night. I'm going to give it a 9. I thought it was a good show, good follow-up. but it also lets us know what's to come and tell you Moose's title reign is in trouble at Slammiversary.
I think so. He's not going to see that coming. He's already has a little beef with Dango, and if he gets a little divvy in there where the system starts to follow Dango a little more, that's a problem, because then you won't have them coming out to help him anymore. So yeah, that is going to create a problem. Solid show, 9 out of 10. TNA Wrestling for me was a 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Brandon Wayne Lewis, 8.5. So Swag Fan. Dylan says a 9. John says a 9. Barry Monkey says an 8. Chris says a 9. 9.5 for John. You need to rest. Don't worry about Sunday. Yeah, I'll see how I'm doing. Like I said, if I'm not out if I'm still in the hospital Sunday, then yeah. No, I won't be able to do it. But who knows? They say some people bounce back from this really, really quickly. It is laparoscopic, so that it's not super invasive. So I don't know. We'll see. I do know I'll be drinking a lot of water. So if I'm on a stream, I'm going to have little sippy cups of water that I'm going to have to be drinking all the time. My wife bought me a shot glass to use. I don't drink. So she bought a shot glass today, and that's kind of the little sips of water that you have to take from the shot glass. So I'll definitely be doing that. RK Shuttlesworth says an 8.5. Damien says a 9. Good luck on surgery. Thank you so much. 9 out of 10. Good luck with your surgery, Joe. Pray for a speedy and successful recovery. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you. Imagine Ethan shows up for that title match at Slammiversary. Yeah, dude. I kind of like what they're doing with Ethan. They've made him into a bit of a maniac, and I'm kind of like digging that. I like how they're doing that and working with him with that. So yeah, who knows? That could happen. Yeah, imagine that. Oh my God, that would be amazing. I didn't even stop to think.
Yep.
Him and Josh would be in the same ring. Oh, that would be amazing.
Yep.
That would be amazing. Oh man, so good. Yeah, it'd be awesome. Great live stream as always, Joe and Jeff. Thank you. Good night and take care. Thank you. Good luck on your search. Thank you so much. All right, yeah, I'm going to go along with the crowd here. I'm going to give it a 9. I thought it was good. The PCO date thing, of course, got massacred by AJ Francis and Red Swan, but that was fun. We saw the director of Authority come out tonight and do some business, make that match that obviously is going to be for the title. And then, some good wrestling throughout the night. Of course, Eric Young and Josh ending up the show was good. Yeah, I liked it. A lot of good stuff, like a lot of good things going on promo-wise and things like that. And this is what you want out of a show that came out of a pay-per-view and is leading up now to the next one. New stories are starting and things like that. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a 9. I think it was good. John G says, yes. DRO says a 9 out of 10. All right, guys, that is going to do it for us for tonight. Do we think Su Yung will return? We always are hoping Su Yung returns to some event, Jahira. I hope so. I hope so someday. I know she's working on the indies, but I hope so. NXT, got to believe in Joe Hendry. So does TNA. About to whoop that trick. 9.5 for AJ Styles. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for coming out with us and watching the show tonight. We appreciate all of you. Thank you for all the well wishes for me. I appreciate you all as well. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please make sure you drop a like on the video as well for us. It helps us out big time. If you do nothing else on the stream, please drop a like. Really helps the video to be seen out there. And hopefully we will see you all for our next one, which will be definitely Tuesday for our next episode of Fireflies Forever. So enjoy the weekend. We'll enjoy SmackDown tomorrow night. If Howdy does show up, I'm sure I'll be watching in the hospital. But yeah, have a great one, guys. Be safe. Be kind to one another always. And hopefully we'll see you all on our next show. Have a great night, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.